Gamu lost her parents at the age of 14. She had to take care of Tonde, her 9-year-old brother. Her relatives didn't care much about them, so she had to balance between going to school and playing parent role back at home. She struggled to get food for the two of them and often went to bed on empty stomachs. Then a good Samaritan came to her rescue when she registered her with a non-governmental organization that catered for child-headed families. The organization helped paying school fees for her and Tonde. They also gave her capital to start a small business. So at that tender age, she could go to school during the week and do food market business on weekends. Time went by and Gamu completed the secondary education. She passed with distinctions, but she couldn't afford to further her studies. So she remained stuck at home still. She continued running a food market business and taking care of her brother. Gamu's former classmate, Winnie, match-made her with her uncle, Ben. Ben was a successful man running a truck business. Even though the situation was a bit awkward between them in the beginning, they eventually got comfortable around each other and became a normal couple. Ben promised to pay for Gamu's tertiary studies once they get married. Gamu was so happy that God sent her an angel in human form. Within a few months of courtship, Ben proposed marriage to Gamu. Even though Gamu had plans and dreams to fulfill before she got married, she still accepted Ben's proposal because she saw it as a ticket out of poverty. Ben took Gamu to live with her in the city right after their traditional marriage. Although Ben was paying Tonde school fees and buying him food back in the village, still Gamu wasn't happy because Ben treated her more like a maid than a wife. Marriage wasn't what she imagined at all. Then things got worse as time went on. Gamu couldn't conceive, and Ben blamed her for that. His family too didn't make life easy for Gamu. They were always on her case about having babies. They always told her that she was failing the whole family because she wasn't doing what they paid bride price for. Being called barren, being treated like a slave by her in-laws, and her husband not doing anything to protect her, all that killed Gamu from inside. She thought of leaving at some point, but she had to be strong for the sake of her brother. She wanted him to finish school and become a better person in life. So she chose to stay and endure emotional abuse from Ben and his family so that her brother can continue being taken care of. Then Ben started cheating on Gamu and his family supported him. He even went to the extent of impregnating another woman. And when Gamu complained to his family, they forced her to accept and take care of the baby as her own. Ben's family told her to be grateful that at least another woman did what she couldn't do for herself. Gamu accepted the baby and took care of him with love, thinking that would warm Ben's heart so he could treat her the way she deserved. But still, Ben didn't change. Gamu had everything money could buy, but Ben was always rude and repeatedly spoke unkind words to her, which broke her heart. The only person who treated her well in that family was Winnie. Winnie even admitted that she regretted matchmaking a friend with her uncle. Winnie tried to speak to her uncle and reminded him that he promised to help Gamu further her studies. But Ben boastfully said, "If your friend can't do the simplest thing on earth, which is to conceive, what more university studies? I'm not going to waste my money on that. She will only go to varsity when she gives me a child first." Ben never raised a hand on Gamu, but the words that came out of his mouth hurt and broke her heart into pieces. He often told Gamu that even making love to her was just a formality, but a mere waste of his time and energy, because nothing was gonna come out of it anyway. He also reminded her that he took her out of poverty in the village, and that her brother wouldn't be going to school if it wasn't for him. So she had to be grateful for that. Gamu endured emotional abuse from Ben and his family for a long time because she had no family to go back to, and she wanted her brother to be taken care of. Then one day, Ben brought Melo, his baby mama, home. She was heavily pregnant with their second child. He told Gamu that her time in his house was up. She had to leave and pave way for a reproductive woman. Gamu begged to stay, but Ben didn't listen. Melo helped him, kicking Gamu out. Gamu was hurt to the core. She stood in the street with her bags, not knowing where to go, nor where to start from. Then a good Samaritan came by. He parked his car and came out to talk to Gamu. He introduced himself as Sam. Gamu told Sam her whole story. Sam took Gamu to his house. She was skeptical about trusting a stranger, but she didn't have any choice, so she took her chances. Sam's house was more beautiful and more spacious than Ben's. Sam and Gamu eventually fell in love. She began to enjoy being treated well. Sam took over paying Tonde's school fees. He married Gamu and helped her further her studies. Then few years later, Gamu bumped into Ben. He looked miserable and dirty. Ben apologized and begged Gamu to get back with him. He told her that he later found out that Melo just wanted his money, and she took it all and left him broke. He also told her that he did DNA tests and found out that the kids were not his after all. While Ben was still begging Gamu, Sam showed up. They hugged and kissed in front of him. Gamu then did the intros. "Honey, meet Ben, my ex-husband. Ben, meet Sam, my husband and the love of my life." Ben just stood there with his mouth open like a fish. "Nice meeting you, Ben," Sam said. But Ben didn't answer. His eyes remained glued on Gamu. He later said, "Wait, are you pregnant? Is that a baby bump?" "Of course it is. We are pregnant," Gamu said with a wide smile. So it was me all along. I am the one who is infertile after all, Ben said, with tears rolling down his face. Sam and Gamo walked away and left him like that. Hello, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to all our social media channels. Remember, it's Stories with Sharai Nebo. We are determined to reach, touch, and change lives through creative stories. So to help us achieve that, please share this video.